Imagine a night when the city sleeps, but one apartment light refuses to die. A night when secrets don't whisper. They arrive at your doorstep wearing perfume, memories, and heartbreak. And imagine the cameras weren't there. No fans, no handlers, no public smiles. Only a knock at the door past midnight, and when Barry's Bactas opened it, there stood Yağmur Yüksel. Not a message. Not a call. Not a "we need to talk" text. She came. In person. Unannounced. Uninvited. Unexpected. And that's what makes this story dangerous. Barış had believed the chapter closed, the book shelved, the emotions vacuum-packed and buried under family obligations, a new life, a new identity, a baby, a future that was supposed to be calm, respectable, structured. But desire has never respected timing. Memory has never respected rules. And love, real or imagined, loves arriving when it shouldn't. When he opened the door, he didn't say a word at first. He simply stared. Because there she was, Yağmur, hair slightly messy from the wind, eyes swollen as if she'd been wrestling with a decision too big for midnight, clutching her phone like it was courage in disguise. "Barış," she whispered, like saying his name hurt her mouth. "I needed to see you." It wasn't dramatic on the surface, no rainstorm, no paparazzi flash. Just a girl outside a door and a man frozen in the frame of his own life. But inside both of them, wildfires. Panic and longing in the same breath. And guilt, always guilt, thick, metallic, choking. He stepped back, just enough to let her in, but not enough to make it seem intentional. That hesitation, that tiny half movement, was the moment everything changed again. Because hesitation means hope. And they both felt it. Inside, the silence was a living creature. You could hear emotions pacing, claws on tile. She didn't sit. She didn't smile. She didn't even take her coat off. "I thought I could handle it," she started, voice shaking. "I thought I could be strong. But seeing you move on like none of it mattered, like I never mattered, Barış, it's killing me." Her voice cracked on the last word, and suddenly reality wasn't a shield anymore. It was glass, thin, trembling, ready to shatter if either of them breathed wrong. He swallowed. Hard. He was supposed to say the right thing, the adult thing. "This was never going to end well. We made our choices, you need to let go." But his throat made no such promises. Because the truth is that some people are not chapters, they are entire books you keep rereading even when you know the ending breaks you. And Yağmur? She was that book for him. Still, there was a ring on his hand now. There was a sleeping baby down the hall. There was a promise hanging heavy in the air like a chandelier waiting to fall. He had responsibilities. A life. Expectations like chains. He whispered, "You shouldn't be here." "But you're not telling me to go," she replied. And he wasn't. That was the problem. They stood inches apart, close enough to smell the past on each other's breath. Close enough to feel what they were trying not to remember. Her fingers twitched, not touching him, just wanting to, fighting the urge, losing. Every nerve in her face begged him to say something that would break the spell, but he didn't. Barış, the calm one, the quiet one, the man who never let emotion drive, stood trembling like the world moved under him. Then she asked the question that had been bleeding her dry for months. "Tell me you don't feel anything anymore, and I'll walk away." He opened his mouth, and nothing came out. Nothing. Because lies come easy when they're small. But some lies are too big to fit in a human throat. Instead, he closed his eyes. And that was her answer. Her breath hitched, eyes glassing again, not with weakness, but with truth. With the kind of pain that makes you understand poetry without reading it. Still, desire is one thing. Destiny is another. And destiny does not care who cried harder. It cares who stayed. From the bedroom came a soft sound, a baby turning in sleep, a life breathing that didn't ask for any of this. That tiny sigh in the quiet house hit them harder than any accusation. Yağmur stepped back. Reality snapped its fingers. The dream, the what-if, collapsed. "You've changed," she said quietly. "Or maybe I just arrived too late." He didn't answer. He couldn't. He looked like a man being torn gently, painfully in two. She turned, walked to the door, hand brushing the frame, the softest goodbye ever spoken without words. But before she opened it, before she vanished back into the night, she whispered, "Your heart doesn't lie, Barış." "But you do." And she left. No dramatic exit. No crying at his feet. Just truth. And the click of a door that sounded more final than any fight. Barış leaned against the wall, breath shaky, hands trembling, not from regret, but from the unbearable weight of almost. Behind him slept a new life. Inside him lived an old one. And somewhere outside, in the night, a girl walked away again, but this time she left her dignity behind like a wound on his conscience. Tonight wasn't scandal. Tonight was realism. Tonight was a quiet war no one wins. Tomorrow tabloids will invent their own version. Fans will take sides. Family will whisper. Some will call her foolish. Some will call him weak. But the truth is simple and tragic. He didn't stop her. And she didn't stay. And sometimes the loudest love story is the one that never gets written into a happily ever after.